In today's video, we're going to look at a lot of Fable 5 games that I whipped up while we had Fable 5 last week. I had a lot of fun making these games, just iterating, even, working with them with my kids, and just making these games our own. I really want to encourage you guys to mess around even with Opus 4.8 and really just make your own games, make your own creations. Let's jump in, huh? I don't know about all of you, but I had a lot of fun last week messing around with Fable 5, and so I thought I would do a video on what I built and how much fun I had. So this here is, as you can kind of see, a kind of Roblox-y style or obby. I always say Orby, I mess it up, the kids correct me. But this obby here, and it's honestly a lot of fun. So my kids have been having a lot of fun playing these games that I've been whipping up, and just, racing each other, having a good time. And again, I've done other videos on this too, but this is where I believe video game development is going, that we are going to be able to speak our games into existence. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, Nate, this looks like crap. This thing's, we need to have our AAA graphics. Sure, but oftentimes that doesn't matter. People just want to have fun and play with their friends and get in there and start messing around. That, and also, I believe that, the graphics that AI-generated games and logic, well, just the graphics, I guess, are going to continue to get better and better. And also, if you're an artist, go ahead and plug in your graphics, right? You don't need to wait around for AI to get better. If you're an artist yourself, plug it in and make the game your own. And that's where I think the real power is with this agentic development is that people are going to continue to keep making the experiences that they want to see. And a lot of bespoke software, games, and experiences are going to be very tailored to what the user wants. I am pretty excited about this kind of phase of software creation, that it doesn't come down to code anymore. It just comes down to what things do you want to see. Continuing down the one prompt games that I thought were pretty cool with Fable 5 is this kind of Mario Kart style game. So this literally was one prompt. I did not change anything else with it. We've got bots, we've got items. And yes, the track, like right there, as you can see off to the left, was a little bit janky. But guys, you can fix that. It's not a big deal. Oh, I got my item, got my bubble guard here. So, man, I really blaze ahead of these bots, though. So I'm going to kind of slow down and let them kind of catch up. But, you could adjust the bots, right? Make them even faster. Make them take corners faster. A little zippy right here. Oop, I missed. You could, just speed them up because they're moving a lot slower than my car is. So, that's all adjustable, right? You just talk to the AI. You tell it what you want to see, tell it what you want to do. And some people argue, well, Nate, the code looks terrible. I would argue that the code is not human readable, and that's what makes it terrible. They're not making long variable names. They're doing operator, kind of not just different things that they do with operators in the code, and just makes like, oh my gosh, I can't read this code because it's very difficult to parse for humans. I don't think that matters because we're not going to be doing the code anymore. We're going to be using the AI to prompt it and tell it what the bugs are with screenshots, with context, and really letting it know, hey, this is what's wrong with the game. Go fix it. I know that probably doesn't make me very popular to say things like that, but I don't really know if we can fight it anymore. I mean, Mythos, / Fable 5, it's very impressive with what it can do. And I think like I've learned a long time ago, actually many years before AI came out, product is king. So this game that we're playing, it didn't crash. It was fun. I've sent it to my friends, and they're like, this is a fun game. I'm having a good time. And at the end of the day, isn't that all that matters? Now, here's one that I was pretty pumped about. I made a kind of like MMO style game with Fable. And just to kind of have, enemies run around a map and just, having a lot of fun, just, dungeon diving, all that. It's similar to my Diablo clone, but as you can see from the graphics here, it's just kind of more of an 8-bitty kind of overworld, walk around and loot things and go back to town and sell them, and just like this kind of 8-bit MMO kind of look. So I got a big kick out of this one. And there's even randomly generated dungeons. So I'll see if there's, I don't know, someone like dropping bombs right there and like little loot packs and stuff. Like these guys are really going crazy. Let's see if I can find one of the dungeons here. So we have a lot of varied enemies here with varied attacks. That one looks like he's got like some form of landmines, and we got loot to pick up. Let's see if we can find a dungeon. Yeah, here's a dungeon. So we got like a little portal here. Get rid of these green guys, and you can go into it. You can enter the dungeon. It's a simple dungeon. And here we've got another like randomly generated dungeon with enemies, and so we can loot this. Really cool. I had a lot of fun with this one, and I mean, I can see lots of potential with this one and doing lots of things. So I got a big kick out of it. It got a bunch of different classes and things you can do in town, and you're picking up gold, buy items, you know, all the typical kind of MMO things. And you're like, well, this is really simple and it looks kind of lame. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've wasted a lot of time on games like this that look really simple, especially ones I can play with my friends. Ooh, we got a big boss up here. The Buried Maw. Well, I'm kicking his butt pretty good here. I think I'm going to beat him real quickly. Oh, I got a boss has fallen. So I like to look at these things, and I see a lot of potential and a lot of like things I can iterate on to make, you know, not only the graphics, presentation, everything, player experience so much better. So I see a lot of potential with things like this. I don't look at this and go, oh, this is, you know, junk, or this doesn't look good or whatever. I mean, these systems, as an engineer of over 20 years, these systems are complex to build out. And if you have AI build out these systems for you, and then you can sit here and make it your own, I find that to be really cool. My son is a big fan of Brawl Stars, so I thought we would work together on building out a kind of Brawl Stars clone and just kind of see how that goes. So, you know, we got some good UI here, you know, just kind of laying out the functionality, and, you know, could reskin this and make it look actually a lot better. You know, the graphics are just kind of meh. Remember, these are all generated graphics, all within a single HTML file. That's how I like to package these up for easy sharing. So we can just hit the play button here, play a game of Knockout. Just for fun, I actually, whoa, controls are a little bit weird. I did a first person mode, and we can actually change this. Oh gosh. So again, have to kind of work on the controls, but this is what the power of AI development is. You can kind of just try out different things easier. So I'm going to hit escape. There we go. Get the settings, and we can go back down to 2D top down and just kind of switch back to the normal perspective of what you would expect from Brawl Stars, right? So here, works just fine, cool, and then we're battling, right? So these are just some AI bots that Fable whipped up, and honestly, it's pretty good. And we got different heroes. These guys are dropping down turrets, and there we just got eliminated, and Red wins the round. He was pretty impressed by this, and he even put in like all the star drops. He likes all the kind of loot mechanics and the kind of gacha mechanics that are in Brawl Stars. So he had a lot of fun designing this and just kind of whipping it up. And then from there, you know, you could change everything and make it your own, right? Oh, victory. All right. So we got open star drop, and then you can even hammer on it here and get a mythic star drop. So I unlocked a hero. Oh, got another drop, and I got one more. I guess I got 3 of them in that. How nice. Go back to the main menu, and see here you can see the hero roster here and the different heroes that we just kind of whipped up, you know, based off of, you know, things that are already out there. You know, the AI can just kind of figure out the data and the balancing, and from there you'd be like, oh, that's OP, or that's too much, or too little. I mean, you know, that's what's fun about this kind of game design, and just talking to the computer, you know, instead of just typing all this out. It's just so much fun to be able to iterate back and forth. So this is an interesting one. I built a RTS style game, real-time strategy game, and I actually gave it a graphic pack that I found online that was free, and I just tossed it to the AI, and after it was done generating the RTS game, I said, hey, reskin it with these graphics. Now, I haven't really dug into the game too much because I was so busy generating lots of other games and game examples, right, with Fable 5. But what I could tell from the start here, it was pretty cool what it did, and it just figured it out. So you can kind of see here the graphics have been applied. So if you've ever thought, hey, can I just feed AI sprite sheets and can it just figure it out? Well, apparently Fable 5 can. I haven't tested this with Opus 4.8, but in terms of a game that works, an RTS game, this game works. So these guys are, you know, mining, you know, gold. They just automatically did that. I'm trying to, okay, so I got my laborer coming. There he is. And I can actually build a homestead. And so get to work doing that. So if you guys have ever played, you know, Warcraft, StarCraft, you know, I wouldn't even call it, you know, I guess Age of Empires, all that. But I mean, this is very simplistic, much closer to Warcraft or Warcraft 2, something like that. But I mean, I think this is pretty cool. You can really just kind of see like where this is going. Okay, my homestead is done. Oh, where's my guy? Is he hiding? Okay, he's kind of hiding there. So let's just put him on the forest here. I clicked into the forest. Let's see what he does. He should start chopping. Well, yep, there he goes. Starts chopping wood. Awesome. So, from here, get your troops going, look around the map. So you can kind of see here on the mini map on the lower left and kind of scrolling around and seeing what you can see. Got some good fog of war going here. So I could just send my knight out and just kind of poking around. I'm sure the enemy is just directly across on the map here. So we'll see what he sees. Oh, I think I clicked off here. Oh, I'm getting attacked. Okay, let's see what I can do. So this is pretty cool. Like I've got, my life is going down. Okay, I guess you can have items too. Oh boy. So we got ourselves a start of a solid RTS game here. I did reskin it with some other graphics. That is really cool to see. It's already looking pretty cool. And from here, putting in music, better sound, really iterating with the AI and really making this game your own. This is where I see a lot of things going, is a lot of these systems that you have within these games. Super cool. Add in your graphics, add in your music, add in your sound, and really make it your own. And as you can see here, oh gosh, he's going to come attack me now. Oh boy. As you can tell from what we already have started here, this is a good example of that. I love RTS games too. So I think this is really encouraging. Oh, he's taking out my laborer. Oh, come on, man. I think this is a pretty cool example though. I hope that after seeing some of the examples that I made, I hope that you guys open up Claude Code or your code editor and AI of choice and start whipping up some games and applications of your own. That is always the aim of this channel, and the aim of what I'm trying to do is to inspire people to get in there, code, have fun, and just make things that you need. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.